With light scaling, it does quite a good job. So let's see how it does on the heavier corrosion. Today I'm going to be testing out the Evapo-Rust Gel Formula Rust Remover. I've used the liquid form many times in the past, but I figured the gel formula would be good for certain small jobs, maybe where you just needed to concentrate a small area of rust remover versus dunking the entire thing in a bath. Or maybe there's a case where you have a wooden handle on something and you don't want to dunk it in liquid for a few hours. You're worried that the handle might soak up some of the Evapo-Rust, might damage the handle with all that moisture. And also, I guess this would come in handy if you had a piece that was just a piece too big to put into a bath, where you'd have to have 20-30 gallons of Evapo-Rust in order to cover it, where this you could just maybe apply to a small area on your bigger item. It looks like it's already working its way through that rust. So it's been sitting about 45 minutes. Looks like it's starting to crust up, dry up on the edges. I have this pliers laying around. Put it on one side, just so we can see a side-by-side comparison. So it's been just over 90 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up some of these parts. I'm going to start with the ones that had the lightest amount of scaling. Just basically typical surface rust. I had it on the right side of the pliers. You can see a spot here where I probably didn't have much. Left a little bit there, but it cleaned the rest off fairly well. There's a spot there where I must not have had it. There's a spot there where I must not have had it. But it did start to take off some of the lettering and numbering. Of course, that's just printed on there. And that's one of the reasons why I would not want to soak a piece like this in Evapo-Rust, because it would probably completely clear off those numbers. So it definitely took off the light scaling. You can see where I stopped using it, where I stopped applying right here. So you can see kind of like before and after, I guess. Now with this heavier corrosion, well, it does say on the bottle, leave it up to 2 hours. I left it for an hour and a half. It does say for heavier that you should do more than one application. So maybe 2 applications would take it down to like a bare metal look. But so this is after 2 applications. There's no doubt that the second application definitely made a difference. Down here, it's basically down to the bare metal. On the upper jaw, it still has a little bit of that black corrosion built up. I would imagine a third application would definitely take that off. So there's no doubt that it works, and it works well. I guess I was kind of comparing it to the liquid soaking application, where you soak it for maybe 4 to 8 hours and it comes out looking about like this. The first application, I only gave it 90 minutes, so not sure that was a fair test. But after 2 applications and a total of about 3.5 hours, it definitely has about the same result. I definitely say it's something I'm going to use in the future. It definitely has its place. It obviously works well, even if you do have to use 2 applications. I didn't use it on heavily corroded items, but just for a normal rusty item, it definitely works. Again, if we're talking about an item that you don't want to completely submerge into the liquid Evapo-Rust, this would be a great tool. If it's something that's too large to dip, and that large item only has a few problem spots, this would be a great solution. So there's no doubt that it works well, and I'll use it again. And just another tool to have when you're doing rust removal. So I'm happy with the results. Obviously, now I have to do the rest. I can't just let part of it go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.